Hey fans, me Aaron for a comic show. This is the big week. This is the midnight releases. I'm standing here on the 3rd of July. The 4th of July is tomorrow. 3rd of July, everything's gonna be on sale at every comic book store. Midnight release, we have permission to sell everything. Batman's the big one, the big thing for Marvel. Captain America 1 on the 4th of July. There's some other great stuff. I'm going to do a spoiler-free review on Batman to start with. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to leave a big spoiler space and tell you to stop watching if you don't want my opinion on the spoiler. New York Times spoiled this part of the story. What civilians would think, or casual readers would think, is the whole story. It's not. But it was a great issue. I love the story. I hate the marketing of it. I hate that it was marketed a certain way, and it really wasn't that. It was something else cool. Let's not get into that. I love Tom King, loved what he did here. Great covers, great book. My friend Alan Gill from Ultimate Comic, North Carolina Comic Con, did a smashing exclusive cover by Nick Darrington, the guy that does the Mr. Miracle covers and Doom Patrol. He has the regular, the Virgin variant, and the black and white, and we will have those hopefully later today when FedEx gets here to sell tonight at midnight. But he has them on his website, and his store, they were the ones that got broken into, like all 3 stores in one night, crime spree. So he's really selling those to kind of make up for those losses. But it's a brilliant cover, love that cover. Also Catwoman teaser cover where she is really coy of whether she does or doesn't, and this awesome art germ cover, love that one. It's getting some brisk movement on eBay, so grab that up if you're on the fence about which one to get. And DC Nation is out this week. Love this magazine, lots of fun information, and that's free. Moving on to Justice League. Scott Snyder's Justice League is selling really well. It's, okay, Metal was a huge hit. No Justice was weekly, so it's hard to pick up steam on a weekly. Then #1 hit right after No Justice 4, and it's been selling just as well with #2. Like, I'm still selling 1s with 2s, and 2s is going strong, and now 3's out. I read it. I love Scott Snyder. You guys know this. But what he's doing with Doom and Justice, I just can't get enough of this. This is my bag. My son is named Justice, all right? I love the Hall of Justice. I love this stuff. The Justice League is my favorite team. Sure, it's the Beetle Booster Guy Gardner team, but still, Justice League is my favorite team, and Scott Snyder is doing great work with them. I was gonna say doing them justice, but you know, that's corny. Moving on, Harley Quinn. She broke the 4th wall. Now it's time to break the 4th world. Yes, she's on Apocalypse. Yes, she's a Fury. Yes, Granny Goodness wants her. It's not the first issue, but it's the first part of a new writer. You can jump on here. Sam Humphries, the guy from Our Love Is Real. That guy, I've read everything he's done. He has a unique voice, and it starts with Harley Quinn mistaking Granny Goodness for Judge Judy. Okay, it's fun, it's fast-paced, and I loved it. It's time, you know, to get back into Harley. If you never were into Harley and you're like, maybe I want to try something, that's your in. That's where you go. Moving on to Marvel, Captain America #1. This is Ta-Nehisi Coates, the guy that writes Black Panther, doing Captain America. And it's picking up from the Captain America Hydra stuff, dealing with that head on. Like, yes, in Wade's run, he was rediscovering himself, rediscovering America. He went through time, different stuff like that. Now he's facing it head on, dealing with those things, and working towards redemption he's a captain of nothing. No one wants him. What's his place in the world now? What does it mean to be American? What is America? What are people so afraid of? Why are they so hostile against each other? All those questions are asked here. Not necessarily answered in the first issue, but all of them are asked here, and I thoroughly enjoyed this issue of Captain America. It was super solid, and I think he's going to have a great run. And Lionel Francis Yu is on art, who I've loved since Secret Invasion. Moving on to something ridiculous, Donny Cates, Cosmic Ghost Rider. We have both covers. They're both, you know, cover price, get what you want. You don't have to have read his Thanos run. I swear to God, you don't have to. There's a recap, little few sentences, and then there's just words like, okay, he was a soldier, he had dead family, war and terror, death, hell, spirit of vengeance, madness, devourer, herald of Galactus, cosmic power, Thanos, death, and now Valhalla. You're up to speed. You didn't have to read that whole run on Thanos. Maybe you still want to. It didn't really spoil anything. Just told you Punisher used to be a soldier. All right. Starts with him in Valhalla. He doesn't want rest. He doesn't want peace. He wants to be punished or punish. Those are his two options. He does not want to RIP. And Odin grants him a boon. And the first thing he does is re-frickin-diculous. It is so insane. Don't let anyone spoil it for you. It's just nuts. It's seriously, if you're on the fence about it and you might be leaving the store without getting it, just look at the last couple pages, and especially the last page. And if that doesn't excite you or pique your curiosity, I don't know what will. It's awesome, badassery. And also Cates, Death of the Inhumans, he's not effing around here. There are dead Inhumans throughout. I am serious, throughout. And I'm talking about like big name Inhumans as well. So it's intense. It's a ridiculously front-loaded first issue. If he continues killing them in the speed that he does this issue, by the end of the miniseries, they will all be dead. And it will truly be the death of the Inhumans. But it's Cates. I'm hoping he has something up his sleeve, and I hope the fans don't try to kill him. Okay, moving on, Astonishing X-Men. This is Rosenberg, whom I've liked a lot lately. Multiple Man, Resurrection of Jean Grey Phoenix, and now Dazzler. Dazzler's on the team. Dazzler's my favorite X-Men. I don't care what you say. She's my favorite X-Men. I named my daughter Allison Blair. She is a permanent fixture on this team, and it's a team of outsiders, like, you know, Batman and the Outsiders, except no Batman, and they're all mutants. So these are mutants that have for whatever reason, on the outs. Havok was in that Axis brain messed up, kind of became a mutant terrorist, but it wasn't his fault. Colossus, I guess, just got jilted. Beast did all that weird time travel-y nonsense that he did that the X-Men still ostracize him for. And there's a surprise character on the last page. It's fun. It's what I want from X-Men. It reminds me of an outlaw X-Men team, kind of like when they lived in Australia and Gateway had to like port them around and stuff. That was fun. That was my fun Mark Silvestri X-Men when I was a Ute. And moving on to Immortal Hulk #2, solid. Who's the monster, man or Hulk? Man, spoiler. But anyway, Hulk's kind of a monster too. It was an awesome one and done issue, just like #1. Love this new tone. Scotty Young's Deadpool, issue 2, solidified it. His run will be epic. It will be memorable. People will say, oh my God, Scotty Young was born to write this character. He's not just the artist of baby covers. I laughed throughout this issue. Jason Aaron's Avengers with #4. Things are coming together, as I predicted, with Celestials and Eternals and all that nonsense. I'm enjoying it. Star Wars 50. This is where it is getting right up to Empire Strikes Back. It's called Death of Hope. You know, New Hope they were between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, all the way up to here. Now they're right butting on Empire Strikes Back. The Empire is striking back on this. You know when Empire Strikes Back starts, they're already striking. They're like, oh shit, there's Hoth, let's kill it. You know, the Vader's there, let's smash everything. It's like that here. Like, not all the way there, because, you know, if we got all the way there, we lose Han, because, spoiler, he's frozen in carbonite. But anyway, it gets darker, and if Empire Strikes Back is your favorite Star Wars movie, you should probably start reading with issue 50. Finally, Joe Hill's The Cape. I don't know if you know Joe Hill from being the son of Stephen King, or you might know him from Lock and Key, one of my favorite comic book series. He did a book called The Cape, which a dude gets a cape, magic cape, gives him powers, and he does very, very bad things with it because he's a very damaged human being. And he's wearing this cape, and in this book, he gets caught up with some LARPers who think he's a fellow LARPer, live action role player, because of course he is. He's wearing a friggin' cape. Why is a grown man wearing a friggin' cape if he's not a LARPer? And he walked in on people LARPing. This is not gonna end well for the other LARPers, but the first issue was pretty awesome. Now, here's the spoiler space. Spoiler, stop watching. If you don't want Batman spoiled for you, stop watching now. Comment on the video and say, hey, thanks for the spoiler space. That's better than New York Times gave us. New York Times, with their 2.6 million readership, spoiled this in the headline, saying that, oh, they don't get married. In the frickin' headline. Seriously, how disrespectful can you be to fans of pop culture. Yeah, it's comic books. Yeah, we get it, New York Times. You don't respect comics like you do prose novels and movies and TV show finales that you don't spoil in headlines, but you spoiled it. And here's the thing. You spoiled that, and this whole wedding thing's been going on since like issue 24 when he proposed. Now it's 50, so about half the run. But that's not the point. It's Tom King. Nothing is really spoiled. But to prove to you nothing's really spoiled, I have to go full spoiler here. Full freaking spoiler. I'm serious. I swear to God, Tom King has said the love between Batman and Catwoman's run is not over. He has it planned out to issue 100. Maybe they get married in issue 100. But here's the thing that I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to tell you. This is what New York Times didn't do. At the end of this issue, after Cat runs, her maid of honor, Holly, somehow got out of Arkham. There was some ominous voice, some pulling machinations. She gets back, says the wedding's off, to Bane, and Bane says the bat is broken. Bane broke the bat psychologically this time, not physically, and his machinations have been since the very first issue. I'm not talking about proposal issue 24. I'm talking the first issue of Tom King's run. I'm talking Gotham Girl. I'm talking the War of Jokes. There's Joker. There's Riddler. There's Psycho Pirate. There's Hugo Strange, ventriloquist. And who the hell is that? Flashpoint's Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's frickin' father. What the hell is he doing standing there serving Bane? Serving Bane. Seriously. So the hell what? So the F what they didn't get married? Yeah, that's disappointing with all the marketing DC did. Great job telling everyone they're gonna get. That's like saying like, oh, I have a huge cock, and then you don't. Come on. Don't market things that way. Just say like, yeah, they might or might not get married. We'll see. No, the wedding. Here's the reception music. Oh, seriously, you sold us a wedding. There wasn't a wedding. However, there's something much more badass than a wedding. I've been to shit tons of weddings. Some are fun, some are boring. The dry ones were terrible. But I've never seen Joker working for Bane, Riddler working for Bane, Psycho Pirate. I'm talking Holly manipulated Catwoman to not marry Bruce on behalf of Bane. This is ridiculous. And his freaking dad is there? This is insane. Tom King is writing a killer book, and it's very disheartening that the casual civilian and fake fans, and maybe just people that are hot-headed, I get hot-headed, I understand, you didn't read this. You saw the spoiler, you knew you got bait and switched, you're like, screw this. But I'm telling you, don't be a casual fan. Don't believe the New York Times fake news, it's sad. But anyway, this was a great story. This was way more freaking payoff than them getting married after he proposed in issue 24. This is payoff going all the way back to issue 1 of his run that promises some insanity level showdown. And once Kat realized she's been duped by her very best lifelong friend, what the hell is she gonna do? And maybe they'll get married then, and you can have your cake and eat it too. But this is jaw-dropping awesome, and I loved it. So that's all. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.